Hi, I'm Christina Powers. Thanks for joining me today. I wanted to go through some Marma therapy or Marma Chiquitza. And Marma therapy is actually a beautiful modality that comes from Ayurveda. And Ayurveda is the Indian medical system. In Ayurveda, they call it the science of life, and it's this union of holistic medicine, philosophy, and spirituality. And I've been drawn to it because it is really infused with the power of your own personal prana, which is your life force, and how you can affect your body systems, internal, external, and throughout, with using Marma points on your body. And Marma points are energy centers located all over your body. There's 117 total, similar to acupressure points. And there's just a current of energy that infuses all the cells of your body. And so when we tap into using these Marmas, it will help with cellular regeneration, healing, and healing on not just the physical plane, but the mental, emotional plane, as well as that spirit, that soul body that you have. So today I'm going to teach you some self points that you can do on your own in a matter of moments. Each spot can be held for 60 to 90 seconds or longer. And I'm going to keep the time, but for the interest of your time, this might be more of a quicker sequence here than when you were to do it alone at home. You can use some oil. Sesame oil is really more for cooling, as well as you can use coconut oil. And if you have any other questions about oil, you can always reach out to me or an Ayurvedic practitioner that you know. So first, we start with a grounding meditation, and just take a few breaths by bringing one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly, and feeling the breath as it comes down from the crown of your head through the central channel of your body and deep into your belly. And then as you exhale, feel the reverse of that. Anytime you intentionally work with your prana or you work with your healing, you want to be really present. And really, presence isn't perfection, right? So there's some sounds of life where I am, where I'm taping this. And there might be sounds of life where you are at home. And set an intention for you really truly tapping into your cellular regeneration, your healing from the inner to the outer. And then bring your hands to your heart, rub your hands together, and we'll begin. So we're going to begin at the crown of our head. And the crown of our head is Murdani or Adipati Marma. And so you can use, one finger. You can also use Chin Mudra, which is the middle finger and the ring finger together, and place them at any of these spots. And then this other hand can be just resting on your knee. You can be in any position. You can be laying down, but for the sake of today, I'm showing you in sitting. And you really want to give yourself some good pressure here so that you feel yourself having that point on top of your head. Feel it aligning all the way down to your root. And just for the sake of time and your time, hold each of these spots for 3 breaths. Now, if you know or have studied or seeked knowledge about Ayurveda, you know that there's 3 doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And all these Marma points, you know, they calm down and balance the mind as well as the local structures in the body. So this is really for balancing and calming your mind, improving your concentration. And then we're moving down into Agya Marma, which is the point between the eyebrows. And this helps to relieve headaches. Once again, calming or balancing your emotions, releasing stress, helps the pituitary, pineal glands talk to each other a little better, hormonal balance. As you notice, we're moving along that chakra-based system as well, which is these energy centers that are part of Ayurveda, yoga, philosophy, spirituality. And then we're bringing our fingertips down to Jatru Marma, which if you find the sternal notch, which is this indentation right in between your collarbones, your clavicles, I'm gonna go just right below that, just the tippity top of your sternum. When I get into the sternum and the chest, it feels really nice for me to circulate my fingers in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction. Just give a little bit of more pressure there. And here, that Jatru Marma, this really helps with improving your immunity, regulates your respiration, your thyroid, helps with lymphatic circulation in your chest, helps with communication, and helps relieve suppressed emotions. And then we'll bring our fingertips down to the Hridayam Marma, which is your center of your sternum. So if the top of the sternum was where we were at, and the bottom, you can feel the xiphoid process, just right in the middle of the chest. You can either keep that 2 fingers together, you can bring all the fingers together. We call this Samana Mudra, and you can bring right to the chest. If you have some soft tissue there, you can wiggle that aside and give a little bit more deeper pressure. This helps to regulate your heart rate, benefits your stomach, reduces acid in your stomach, calms your mind, relieves the stress. Connected to that heart chakra, that heart energy field that surrounds you in this region. And then we're moving down to Nabi Marma. So that's right in the center of your belly button. Now, Nabi Marma has a few different Marma points. They have 4 other ones radiating kind of like at an angle, an inch away from the center. But for now, we're just gonna stick with this center Nabi point, just to keep it simple. And as you can imagine, this helps with digestion, absorption in your stomach, your small intestine, your colon, your adrenals, liver, gallbladder, spleen. And then the next is in the center of the pelvis. So halfway between your belly button and your pubic bone is Basti Marma. And that helps with your reproductive organs, relieves pain, regulates your bladder. Any female cycle issues, fibroids. That's the energetic point for that. Focusing on that breath, inhaling and exhaling. Energy right through our fingers into that point. These points are nexus for, the skin, the nerves, the biochemical responses that are happening there. And then to get to the last root, we're going to use a whole hand. And if you are not comfortable doing that, you can just envision. But I'm going to show you would take your whole hand and you just kind of sit on it, because the last Marma points are underneath your body and connected also to your tailbone. And that's called the trick Marma. And that helps with low back pain, sacroiliac issues, low libido, any issues with your pelvic floor. So once again, I'll take my hand out, but if you don't feel comfortable with your hand there, you can also energetically feel that you're sending energy there. And then release your hand. Bring your hands to your heart. And then just in your mind's eye, can you touch on all those Marma points just in your mind's eye? So think of your inhale coming down through Adipati at the crown, Agya at the third eye, Jatru at the throat, Hridayam at the heart, Nabi at the navel, Basti in the pelvis, and Trik right underneath you at your root. Thanks for joining me on this chakra and body-based Marma therapy. Any questions, just leave them below or send me an email. Thanks. Have a great day.